In five, four, three, two. Oh, okay. I'm on already. Turn on the torch, light up the flame. Time to melt some glass, my friends. There you are. Here I am to explain, to teach, and create again. Thanks for showing up for those that will, and whatever time zone or whatever you're watching this. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and you know the deal. Anyway, I thought I'd sit down today and do a little bit of glass blowing. Have been playing around with some stuff that was on my torch table, just kicking it around and making things out of it. Of course, you know, for the last little bit, I've actually taken some scraps that were on the floor and made something out of them. And here I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the other camera. That way you can see the webcam angle. Okay, yeah, my torch is going wonky. Um, you'll have to excuse the angle of the, but it does do the deal. My torch base has recently been broken and I've had to improvise for a little bit, but I will get better. I promise, and get something going there. But it is working. My Carlisle is back up in but this is something that I was doing. I had done some honeycomb. Um, it was just little things of this, and then I turned around and made it into a nice little sea turtle. Also, I've got some nice dichro that I have some dragonflies that I was going to pluck their wings off of and try to do something else with it. And if you do happen to come into the live chat room, good evening, good morning. Let's see, where am I at here? Oh, we got two people watching already. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. Um, but yeah, maybe if I got to tilt this a little bit too. And yeah, that glare of the, oh, we need to clean that lens too. That's what the problem is. It's mucky dirty, I guess. We'll get it there. Sorry. What I meant by lens is that I've got a didymium lens here, and I'm putting it over the camera lens like so that you can get a better view inside the flame, and we'll go from there. Now, let's see what we can do. Light turn on the 10 liter per minute and the 5 liter per minute, and let's see what damage we can get going here. If you have anything to say or request that you'd like to see me do, um, just type it out in the chat room. And if you're on a cell phone, you go scroll down to the bottom and it says live chat, and you click on that, and you can. I've actually used the microphone setting where you can chat that way and press send, and it sends out your words. Um, and anyway, so I've got some. This one is a dichro stick, and I will try to put reference to where I did some dichro sticks in my in a video somewhere. Where actually this is where I flatten it out and then fold it over into itself and then stretch it out into a nice little rod. It works out real well. I'm going to do a dragonfly out of that real quick. And again, if you have a request or question or whatever, I have my eyes on the chat room. So let's see what we can come up with here. Okay, okay. First, I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to give it some, I'll give it, no, that's soft glass. I found that out the hard way. Oh, here we go. We're going to give it some Illuminati eyes. And maybe even some Illuminati wings. That way I don't have to use so much dichro. That'd be cool. Tweezers. Today, this is my cullet can. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me tilt it up just slightly, a little bit more. There we go. That's my cullet can for the day. So you'll see me pulling off and throwing things in there from time to time. You know how that is. A lot of people use wet cullet, wet jar or whatever. I have stayed with continuously, excuse me, stayed with continuously doing the dry cullet can. I don't know why. It just worked out that way for me. I'm going to give this some sections. What I'm doing is taking a pair of scissors, leaving it open, and it's sort of crimping, not crimping, but yeah, leaving a notch, as it were. And that's going to be the tail of this dragonfly with the little notches in the back. Hello, Paula. How are you today? And you know me, you could use use major tools for this stuff, but I try to use what's available. Matter of fact, I'm going to condense this a little bit, or actually stretch out some of them. The last couple are a little bit too thin. It got really thick here and thinner as we went towards the front. So we got to bulge this a little bit to give it more oomph. There we go. There's one bulge. We having any fun today, Paula? Doing any special projects on the torch? I've been under the weather the last couple of days, and tonight is the first night I felt like getting out and getting something done. I can actually go to work tonight too. It's been no fun not being able to get out and do anything. You know how that is. Much too hot. What? Where are you at, Paula? Are you one of the ones over there in England? No, you're not in England. You're over here somewhere. Where is it too hot? Here in North Carolina, it's been in the 80s. I did. You're in Texas. Ah, I saw that. It was a video somewhere. Well, not a video, but a picture. It showed a picture of where the Earth was, and then it showed where Texas was so much closer to the sun than the Earth was. One of those, telling how hot Texas gets. Okay, so this will have a dichro body and Illuminati wings. That'll be cool, won't it? Something different, right? Right. Yeah, I often wanted to write a song, a parody of a song that's already out there. All my exes come from Texas. My parody is all my Texas, Textes, come from exes looking for their alimony. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm going to be making the wings, and I'll stretch them out. And my wings, I usually do one set of wings for one side and one set of wings for the other. Where are we at? There it is. Okay, this should work. That way you only have to weld one wing basically to the body. Here we go. We're going to stretch that out. There's one. And now we're going to stretch the other one. With my luck, it got stuck to the body. Oh, it did. Okay. Time for scissors. All your exes are in Louisiana. Okay, let's get this other wing going here. There we go. Yeah. One wing down, one wing to go. Hey, Demented. How are you today? I, like I was saying a little earlier, I felt like just getting on the torch and playing. I know the last couple of shows I've done it on the national. Finally got and put back on the big guy. You know, I've never named him. That'll be a good contest if you guys want to come up with a good name for my Carlisle. I'll accept that. Never hurts to have a name, and I've had this thing for going on 10, 15 years and haven't named it. If anybody wants to come up with a good name, I'll consider it. Okay, we're ready. Let's use this. I usually put a V curve on it before I put it on the body. Now that you're in the AC, yeah. Actually, I did break down. I broke down and bought a standalone unit that has the vents that you can put out a window somewhere uh, that I can get the air conditioner closer to me for when it does get hotter. You know, I'm going to see how it works and see if it's going to do the job for me. Hope it will. Hope it will. Okay, stretching that one out. There we go. And this one needs just a little nip in the middle here. Just a little. Oops, didn't quite get there. Missed it again. Third time's a charm. There it goes. Yeah, it was a little thicker where it bead off than the other one. So we fixed it. There we go. You have to have AC. It's Texas, yeah. And work at night. Everybody's gonna. That's the other thing. Everybody in the summertime around here turns into the night shift, is what they call it. I sort of miss that. But this whole week, starting tomorrow night, I could be persuaded to even show up in. Yeah, the exhaust straight out. Yeah, I know that feeling too. Yeah, as long as you're sitting close to the AC unit there, I could understand if that'll do the trick. That'll do the trick. Okay, I think I've got the wings on this guy. Any requests? If you'd like to see me do something, now's the time to ask, because I'm going to put a loop on this guy and call him quits. Well, not well. Yeah, yeah. For those people who are interested in trying to name my Carlisle torch, I'll let you put a comment in the thing below, and I'll pick the best one and see what goes on. There we are. I think that's going to be done, and then with some black light going on that thing, that'll be all aglow. Right, right. Okay. Thanks for showing up for those that are now getting in and saying hi. If you're watching on a cell phone, you can participate in the live chat. You got to scroll down to the bottom and look where it says live chat, and then click on that, and you can type in and or use your mic, the mic setting where you can verbally say something. But watch that, because 9 times out of 10, what you say and what it types is two different things. Okay. One dragonfly. Next. Requests. Anybody? Anyone? Anyone? Oops. Get that off the tail. There we go. We'll get back to him. Well, that's what I forgot to put back on the table. Let's see if I can find those real quick. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Hold it. My graphite discs. I went to the curb market this last Saturday. Everything was doing good, and as I just reached for that thing, it fell down behind that. Give me a second. I'm off camera, but you can hear me. Here we go. Went to the curb market, had a good time, but shortly thereafter started feeling really funky. Yeah, that's what was missing. It definitely makes the chaos look less disorganized, where I can put something on top of that and everything will be fine, right? Still want to learn to okay, in case a critter inside. Let's do that. I'll do that. I've got just enough time. I have to close out of here at 9 tonight, because I do have to go to work tonight. First time that I've, like I said, felt like going on, a couple of days. Ugh. Okay, tubing. Let's get the tubing. Actually, what should we do? Um, okay, got it. Gonna do it. You have no choice. I do. We'll use this and it'll work. And now I've got to get the blow hose over here. Of course, it's tangled in 3 other things and 5 other directions. Okay. Actually, we're going to go ahead and do the little blue animal that's going to go inside first. Now, if I make a pregnant animal like a bear or a unicorn or a dolphin or whatever, I usually have the person's choice of whether they want it to be blue or pink. Because with pink, of course, it's the girl, and with blue, it's a boy. Um, and at this point, I am going to make a little blue animule that's going to go inside this creature, or as Paula puts it, critter. You'll be able to see what it is very, very shortly, and then it gives it all away. So I'm going to, give it a little bit of a cliffhanger going on here, right? Right. Here we go. There's the head. Let me go ahead and kick this down a little bit of a notch. There we go. And I'm only going to use the 10 liter per minute, and the flame's going to flicker for a little bit here and go weird, but we'll adjust it in just a second once the concentrator has stopped pumping out oxygen. There it goes. It's starting to elongate as we speak. There. Yeah, you can start to see it elongate as we speak. Turn it off a little bit more. Holy. One more. There we go. I'm only going to be making a small little one to go inside. There's one ear. There's another ear. Then we got the nose. The only animal on the whole entire planet that has the real right to bear arms are bears themselves. Now, holding a gun, that's a different story. But to have bear arms, they look better on bears. I know, bad pun, bad joke. But that's me. That's the way I love. You got to have a sense of humor in life. If you don't, life's going to suck a whole lot more. Okay. Now this bear is probably a little bit bigger than what I really want to make him inside, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. Now this, I'm going to add just a little tad of clear to each. Well, not to each, at least to each. Yeah, why not? No, just to two. I'm going to do to two. A little clear. On two of them so that when it adheres to the wall of the belly, it'll be fine. Yep. To those that's showing up, hello. I don't even know how many's in the watching in the audience right now, but I'm going to find out. Got a few. Uh, Three things at once. I stopped for a second to just check to see what's going on in the audience. Okay. Now we got a little tiny bear. Then I attach it right at his nose. Like so. and make the tail. Okay. CG Classy Glass. Cool. I like the name. While the kiln warms up. That's a good thing to do. Everybody's in here complaining about the hot heat, and you're warming things up a little bit. That's not bad. Okay. Now, I'm going to hold that off to the side. Now I've got to do two things. I'm going to do the body, and then I'm going to do, actually, I'll do the head first and then the body to this teddy bear. First the head. I need another. Here we go. The size tube that I'm using is, I think, 9.5 heavy wall. It's not going to be very big, but it still will do the job. The ears. Since the baby bear is blue, let's give it blue eyes. I should have done the nose first, but we'll get there. Now the nose. Ah. Okay, now I'm going to do a cold weld on his nose and basically pull that off and blow it out. Okay, and set that aside. Now to make the body. No, I'm puffing and blowing in it just slightly. You're not doing a bubblegum bubble. You're just sort of putting a little bit more pressure. And as you can see, I'm spinning it like a son of a gun. It's going to be nice and round here in a second. Once I get enough glass melted. Okay, that's about right. Maybe a little more. Okay. Now I'm going to blow it out just now that I heat it up enough. I'm not blowing hard. Just And I'm trying to make a nicer uh, wall, thickness in the wall there too. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom legs first. There's one. Now the next ties, the next tubing, or next leg, excuse me. And you try to seal those in together. You're not trying to stick them together. You're trying to make them one piece of glass. Very important. Very important. I know there's some of it I can't explain. You can only practice and practice and practice till you get it right. I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way life is in general. Okay? Now, top arms. One and two. Let it dry in a little bit, and you'll know just by gravity and spinning it and practice, practice, and more practice when to do what you need to do. Okay, now we're going to blow out the top of this thing. The head's going to go where the top is. But before I do that, okay, I blew out just where I wanted the head. Graphite rod to ream it out a little bit. Maybe just widen the hole just slightly more. A lot. And here comes the fun part. Making sure the bear fits in there. No, I need to widen it a little bit more. Isn't that special? There we go. That should do her. Now with each animal, I do this a little bit different. And it's kind of hard to, it's only through practice and trial and error. Sometimes I do this, put this baby in there, and for some dumb reason it looks like it's right on the surface and not inside. I could have put it a little lower, but it should be fine for this demo. Here we go. Now we're going to heat and seal this together. The bear head and the body. Now if you do that right, people won't be able to tell where you sealed or took the head and put it on there. Okay, I'm going to take that down, do some fine seal work, puffing it in and out. Just a little bit more. There you go. I'm going to heat it and shut it around the head a little bit more. Just a little. I got it. Now, bring it back up a little bit. I'm going to pull off the tail and pull it back just like I did on the solid body. But at the very tip of the tail, I leave just a slight opening, mainly to equalize pressure inside the figure, inside the thing. Even when I do the Jonahs inside the whale or the cats or whatever, with a little something inside, I tend to. Wrong time to have a coffin fit. I tend to leave. That one didn't get it. Dang it. I got to nip it off. It actually could tend to suck back in badly. Uh, Hopefully that's got a little bit of air pocket to it. Find out real quick here. Warming it out a little bit. I should have made sure the seal to the body was a little better, but all in all, I think I did a good job. Tilt that out a little bit so you can see what I'm doing out in the outer flame here. Sorry. Just warming it out. Okay. And we are looking at some good time here. Fire polish the nose. And that girl is done. We got one bear with a baby bear inside. I call them bear-bearing bears. I have an elephant with a spare trunk. I do a unicorn that's been horsing around. I do Jonah inside the whale. Actually, there's four answers to that question. Who's inside the whale? Um, Jonah if you're biblical, Geppetto if you're literal, and Surfer in the Whale dude if you're from California. And if you're a redneck, it's Noah. Who knew? But yeah, I've had many people living here in North Carolina, and it's not a bad thing. That's the one thing about memory. It's we all think things differently, and that's what makes this world so wonderful. But they'll come up and say, "Oh, look, honey, it's Noah," and you're going, "Oh, okay." They buy it. Noah's inside the whale. Anyway, um, you're welcome, Paula. I'm glad I could be of service and do something like that at a moment's notice. That's the thing I like about my work is I try to keep my skills honed by requests constantly. And again, if anybody got some good names for my torch, you can put it under, the comments below, and I might just send the winner something, little something, not a big thing, but something for helping me name him or her. I haven't decided whether it's a girl or boy. I put it through its paces, though. Anyway, neither here nor there. Um, and because I have to work tonight, I'm going to probably call it quits for now. But tomorrow, or actually, I think Wednesday night, I will definitely try to get get at least one more video in, and maybe another, and also go over to piping hot glass and glass art. Piping hot glass art is the name of it, and do a pipe or two. Who knows? I've done a mermaid. I've done a dolphin. No, I haven't done a dolphin. I need to do a dolphin. That'll be maybe even a pod of dolphins. That might be a cool one to do. So anyway, come up with something eventually, right? So without with that, I think I'm going to call it quits. Thank you very much for showing up and being participants in my audience, Paula. I appreciate the challenge of making the bear bearing bear. And if you want to see another one, I also do a dragon inside a man. I call Night's Hard Day. You know, take off on the Beatles song Hard Day's Night, but it works. It's the puns in my life that make life so worth living sometimes. To just look at it in normal reaction. Oh yeah, it's still warm. I shouldn't have tried to pick that up. And again, I will. Oh, it's way over here. Sorry. Again, I will have some video pictures on Facebook on Melting Memory page, and again, Melting Memory page is for everybody, not just me. So if you have something that you want to show off, do so. I think they'll critique it and give you good comments on it. So um, with that, again, click like, click subscribe, and if you want to be notified that I'm going to be doing a video sooner or later, click the settings and click the notification button, and you can listen to me live and participate in the chat room, which is a great thing. And I'm glad that a few people do show up every time. So thanks for being there. As always, enjoy your day. And my latest saying I love to say is carpe vitro. So thanks, guys. Bye for now.